This is ABTV, Animal Bites Television. For animal lovers, by animal lovers.
Today we're looking at one of the most feared animals in the world. And that, of course, is spiders. Spiders are arachnids, and they live almost everywhere that people do. I want to show you that we really don't have that much to worry about when it comes to spiders. I'd hate for anyone to live their lives with that kind of fear. Now, one misconception about spiders is that they're vicious and they're out to get you and they're going to chase you down and bite you. But as you can see with this guy, really all he wants to do is just get back onto his web. The spider we were just looking at is a golden silk orb-weaver. And today's question of the week is, how many silk-producing glands does the golden silk orb-weaver have? Is it A, 1, B, 3, C, 6, or D, 25? Comment down below with your answer and check back later in the episode to see if you were right.
When most animal lovers think of cute and cuddly, this comes to mind. Brian Barczyk doesn't see it that way. To Brian, that is cute and cuddly.
Oh, she is just so much fun, isn't she?
Join Brian Barczyk, and he'll take you into his world of reptiles. It's a world full of information, education, and entertainment. Snake Bites TV, Wednesday, only on Animal Bites Television.
This spider has a funnel web. She sits and waits for something to get caught in her web. Then she runs out, pounces on the victim, envenomates, and drags it back into the funnel. Now, of course, prey, those are the animals that are getting eaten. And so today we're going to look at a few more spiders that use webs to ensnare their prey. Now, one of the biggest webs we're going to find in the woods are from orb-weavers. Now, we have a few different types of orb-weavers, but we're going to check out some of the biggest. Now, these webs from the orb-weavers are some of the strongest materials in the world. So they string up their web really big, usually in a path or somewhere where bugs are going to be able to easily fly through. So when that bug hits that web, the web is a little bit sticky, so it sticks to the web and it starts struggling. That's when the orb-weaver spider comes up and attacks. And normally they'll grab it and inject it with their two fangs. They'll inject it with venom, hang on to it, start wrapping it up in web, and let it die in that web. So once it's completely dead, they'll actually start sucking out the insides. Now, digestion of the insect actually begins to occur before the spider even starts consuming it. Next, we're checking out the black widow spider, and these are very well known for being deadly venomous. Now, the way the web of the black widow works is a little bit different than the orb-weavers and the funnel web. The black widow will actually find little crevices and trash piles in places that other insects would like to hide. They'll set up a whole mess of trip lines in an area, and they'll sit kind of in the middle of that. So when a bug comes through and gets caught in those trip lines, the black widow will come out, inject it with its very toxic venom, and kill it very quickly. Now, because the black widow is generally a small, kind of dainty spider, they need that high toxicity of venom in order to capture larger prey. If you guessed 6, you're absolutely right. Golden silk orb-weavers have 6 silk glands. Now, when I was a kid, I used to enjoy spider sniffing. Now, basically what all that entails is a flashlight and nighttime. So what we'd do is we would take a flashlight, turn it on, and put it right up to our nose. And we'd walk around in the yard, and we'd look into the bushes and real grassy areas with a lot of vegetation are best. So we'd look around with our flashlight, and then we would look for eye shines. So basically little tiny sparkles in the bushes. But that's how we'd find spiders. So once you find that sparkle, you just follow it down to the ground, and you'll discover that there's a spider there. And your eyes are reflective. What we've got here is a Nocturnal Orb-Weaver, and this one's pretty big, as you can tell. And what's crazy about them is every night they come out and build a new web. So in order to not run out of web, every night before the sun comes up, they'll actually consume their web and recycle it for the next night, which is insane. They make some of the biggest webs around. The total dimensions of his web is probably about 20 feet by 10 feet or so. And look how strong it is. It's like a chute grabbing the wind here. And it's withstanding the wind very well. and that poor little spider's just hanging on for his dear life. But sometimes when it gets real windy like this, they'll actually take little bits of web, out of their big web, and so that more air is able to pass through and it doesn't tear the entire web down. It's morning, isn't it? So, we've all heard the myth about how spiders like to crawl into your mouth and you eat them while you're sleeping. That's totally false. Absolutely false. And to disprove it, I set that spider right on my face, pretended I was sleeping, and it just jumped off of my face. It didn't want anything to do with my mouth. So I hope you guys enjoyed that episode of Primitive Tim. I was a little bit nervous messing with spiders, and so until next time, try to find a new way to appreciate nature. I'll go back to sleep. Night night.
This just amazes me that this snake will not give this egg up. I can reach in and grab its body. Most other snakes would go ahead and immediately spit the prey out once they were grabbed or detained in any way.
This is ABTV.